Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You really did not think this through at all, did you? You didn't plan it out at all. You got all this trouble to capture me, and now you're stuck with me. You're like a kid who begged their parents for a pet dragon, and now you're freaking out because, oh, surprise, it breathes fire. What did you think would happen? You think you'd just lock me up and I'd sit quietly seething in the corner? Honey, if you wanted me to simmer, you should have turned the heat down a long time ago. And for the love of all things latex, could you please stop pacing already? You're wearing out the floor. Keep going like that and we'll both fall right through. And trust me, I can survive it. Can you? No, I don't think you can. In fact, it's you know what? It's kind of cute. You're trying to play the big bad villain. It's all cosplay for you, isn't it? You didn't really think about the pragmatics of it. Ooh, I've captured Blazer tremble before me. But here we are, a couple of hours in, and I am still in one piece. No elaborate death traps, no taunting monologues. And by the way, what happened to that? It's a classic in the villain handbook. Do you not get that in your starter kit? There are protocols to be followed. There is a reason for these traditions. You speak your mind, tell us all about how you're going to rule the city. You tell me all about how you're going to defeat me and everyone I've ever loved. And while you're yapping away, I wriggle out of the ropes that were so conveniently left just a little loose for me. Did you never watch Batman when you were a kid? Oh, the cartoon, that explains a lot. Yeah, no. Look. I know you don't think it right now, but you need superheroes just as much as superheroes need supervillains. Oh, I'm not feeling super is the kind of villain you're going for right now? All right, fine, let me explain. I need somebody to fight. Nobody is going to pay me for being able to, survive a bomb if there are no bombs to survive. I mean, I suppose I could get a job as a Hollywood stunt person, but Southern California, who can handle that heat? And I'd never fit in. I really cannot tan to save my life. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, I need you guys. And you guys, you need us. Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yeah, you do. Because think about what happens to towns where crime goes unchecked, right? What happens? Anybody who has the ability to moves out. Soon enough, the only people who are in town have nothing worth stealing, and property values plummet. This sweet little Lair that you've got here, yeah. Say goodbye to ever selling this for the price you got it. You're going to be so upside down in your mortgage, you'll never get out from under it. And that is why we have a cycle. We have a rhythm. We have an ebb and we have a flow. And you let me go. Well, I mean, you don't just let me go, because that would show that you're not actually a villain, right? Not at heart. And I need you. I need you to be a villain. Who am I kidding? You're a cupcake, aren't you? You really are. What was that? I need you to speak up. I can't hear you over the sound of your existential crisis. For someone who's supposed to be all dark and stormy, you're really more of a light drizzle with a side of confusion. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of cute, kind of endearing in a weird way. It's sort of, I might start a villain support group type of way. Hi, I'm Darkstorm, and I've captured a hero, but now I'm not sure what to do. Do I ask for a ransom, use her as bait, or just, Use her to redecorate my lair. By the way, this place could use some sprucing up. I mean, black and red. It is truly cliche. You're a villain, not a teenage goth phase. Let's get some mood lighting, a few houseplants, maybe a fern or two. Studies say they help with anxiety. Might help you figure out what to do with me before you have a full-blown panic attack. It is kind of funny. I was fully expecting the usual villain spiel when I woke up, the whole, I'm going to destroy the city and you're powerless to stop me, routine. But instead I get this. You. Circling like a lost puppy with a really bad lighting fetish. And now we're just talking like I'm the damsel in distress and you're the brooding anti-hero who secretly wants to join the good side but doesn't know how. Except I'm not a damsel and you're definitely not an anti-hero. I mean, you have potential. Hidden. Way deep down. You know what your problem is? You overthink things. You get so caught up in the image of being this big bad villain that you've lost sight of why you're doing this in the first place. What was it, though? Was there some deep-seated trauma? Parents never loved you, got picked last at dodgeball? Maybe you just really like wearing leather. I mean, no judgment, I get it. But come on. There's got to be a reason for all of this dark and stormy stuff. And while we're at it, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And no, I do not mean your dubious fashion choices. The fact that you haven't done anything remotely evil since you brought me here. I mean, what's the holdup? Second thoughts? First thoughts? Let me guess. You're thinking maybe this whole villain thing isn't all it's cracked up to be, right? Maybe, just maybe, it's more fun to flirt with the line than to actually cross it. Or maybe you're thinking that capturing me wasn't just about defeating your enemy. Maybe it was about getting close to me. Oh, don't look so scandalized. You're the one who hasn't shut up about how much I've ruined your plans over the years. It's almost like you've been obsessing over me. And now you've got me all tied up. Literally. You're realizing maybe it wasn't all hate after all. Maybe some of it was something else. Gotcha. I've fought a lot of villains in my day. Some of them were just in it for the chaos. Others had a grudge. Then there were the ones who just wanted to be noticed. Just wanted someone to see them, even if it meant being the bad guy. But you're different. I don't think you ever really wanted to be a villain. I think you just wanted someone who gets you. I think you just wanted to challenge someone. Someone who could see through that whole dark storm persona to the person underneath. And if I'm being honest, maybe I get it more than I'd like to admit. I've been the hero for so long that I have forgotten what it's like to just be. Not having to save the world every 5 minutes, not having to be perfect all the time. It is exhausting. I mean, not physically, I'm impervious to that, but emotionally exhausting. Maybe that's why I'm not fighting you tooth and nail right now. Because as twisted as it sounds, there is actually something comforting about not having to be the one in control for once. You know, you're not half bad when you're not trying to destroy the city. You've got a brain in there. Even if you try to hide it under all that brooding, and I will admit, it's kind of nice talking to someone who's not immediately looking to me for answers. Someone who's just, someone else who's just trying to figure things out like I am. This is beginning to feel less like a capture and more like a really weird first date. But hey, if this is going to be a first date, you're going to have to step up your game. Maybe start with untying me. We could have a real conversation then. I promise I will not set anything on fire. Well, unless you ask nicely. Oh, come on. What's the worst can happen? I torch the place, you rebuild it, we laugh about it later over drinks. Or you could keep me tied up and we could continue this delightful little dance. But just so you know, I'm starting to think you're afraid of what might happen if you actually let me go. I think you're afraid that I might actually see you. Like really see you. And you're afraid I might like what I see. Look, I'm not saying we're going to run off into the sunset together, capes flapping in the wind, but maybe, just maybe, this doesn't have to end the way we both thought it would. Maybe there's something here worth exploring. Something more than just hero and villain. So, what do you say? Dark Storm? Are you ready to stop pretending you're a villain and start being whoever it is you really are? Because I think I'd like to get to know that person. Who knows? Maybe you'd like to get to know me too. But first, seriously, let's talk about the decor. If we're going to keep this going, we need a serious Lair makeover. Maybe some throw pillows. A little color wouldn't kill you. And I might even help. As long as you promise not to lock me in a cage or something. Unless it's consensual. See there? That's more like it. You're not so bad when you lighten up. So, how about we stop pretending that this is a hostage situation and start figuring out what the hell we're going to do with our lives? Because honestly, I think we've both got a lot to learn from each other. And who knows? Maybe this could be the start of something unexpected. Just so long as you remember one thing. I always get my man. Hey there, cupcakes. I hope you had fun with that. I know I had fun recording it. Also had fun recording today this Sunday's upcoming spicy. It took me a while to decide which character I was gonna record with, and I landed on the Yandere Breast Friend from earlier this week. So she's gonna get especially Yandere in this Sunday spicy on my Patreon. If you have not become a member of my Patreon and you are over 18, there is a discount code in my description, in my links today, that will be there for the next until November, because that is when iOS starts charging 30% more for their app memberships, and anybody who is a member before then will be grandfathered in at the original price. So wanted to encourage people who are thinking about doing it to do it before then. In the meantime, I have special thanks to give out to Anonymous, Arc Redemption, and Gunner's Mage and the Wire Writer, all for being so very kind on my wish list. Not gonna lie, you guys have been keeping me in coffee for a good long time now, and I appreciate that. And it also offsets my costs of living so that I can keep doing this. Because I would have an ordinarily steep coffee bill. Amazingly, still have low blood pressure. I wonder what it would be if I didn't drink coffee. I think I would just stand up and fall down every time. All right, and on that note, I need to give a special shout out and thank you to my top tier patrons. There's Alton Goodbottle, Disbanded Crow, Techo, Amphizenus, Mushan Gaming, Tomas Rogers, That One Brit, Dulovido and Patinera, Nosti, Rogue Scholar, Barry Wilburn, Estede, Anon, SLE Photo, Harper Evolution, Malice Silo, Army Guy 007, Mr. Fabulous, Lou, Bunny, Tiny the Taxman, Meryl, Onin, Darth Mythish, Red Death 48, Always Able, Vagar, Moon, Old Bean UK, Klua Bear, The Swaggy Llama, Cody, Artlow, Pierce Tailish, and Christian Cleopatra. And of course, so many thanks to all of you who are still here listening, who are still liking and subscribing and commenting and joining memberships. You are all so wonderful to me. I hope that you will all be as good to yourselves as you are to me. And I will talk to you Tuesday, because today is Saturday. Today is Friday. Today is Saturday when this comes out. Hello in the future. Could you tell me how the Mets are doing against the White Sox? I promise not to use it to place bets. I promise not to use it to place many bets. I promise not to use it to place many big bets. All right, have a good day. Talk to you soon.